Now there should be sound. I was just finishing up my coffee brewing while we're getting the draft started. Before they start picking the Sims, let's just have a look at the maps again. Norway C versus Taiwan C. Black Forest for Taiwan C, so they like these. Well, they banned Arena actually, but picked Black Forest. But anyway, yeah, they seem to like Black Forest, but not water maps necessarily. Nomad and two rivers for Norway C, so they're going heavy on the hybrid maps here. Now for the Sims. Banning Bohemians for Black Forest. Interesting that they didn't want to try and catch that for themselves. Britons and Goths. We're not even... Okay, so usually we see Spanish banned for Nomad, right? But I'm pretty sure It's Daddy wants, or OG Daddy as he calls himself now, wants to get Spanish for Nomad. Yeah, well, that's so getting sniped. Spanish is totally getting sniped here. It's even the first pick, so they're picking for Nomad first. Nomad civs. Persians, Vietnamese, Lithuanians, Malians, definitely Nomad civ. Mongols, arguably good for Nomad as well, but that could be good for two rivers as well. Yeah, I don't understand the Goth span. That's weird. But maybe they know something we don't. Norway C have been looking a little bit at Taiwan C's recorded games, so they have some idea of what they're getting into. The skill difference is... maps. Yeah, I can show the maps again. Here. I don't know, maybe they're scared of Goth spam on Black Forest, just don't want to deal with it, but that's just a job for Boom into good siege. Celts, 100% the Black Forest pick. Teutons as well, definitely for Black Forest. Hindustan is, I'm guessing, for two rivers maybe. Could be decent for Nomad as well. Papaya says we don't ban good civs at all, we're just civs we don't like. Nice. You got that right. Japanese, another almost certain two rivers pick there. Bengalis, Black Forest, I think. They could probably fit in many places, but not sure. Daniela is here. Hello, my Porto Romanian friend. Nice to see you. Long time no speak. You're right. Well, I did stop by your stream the other day a little bit. I'm doing good. Just got up. Want to cover some Nations Cup. With my team. I'm on this team. Norway C, I just signed up as a reserve, basically. I don't really... I have enough adminning this tournament and being... scheduling for... responsible for scheduling for Norway A. Akkal is the Leo Norway C, yes. You said that well. Berbers, two rivers, I think, because it's a hybrid map where mobility plays a role as well. It's a pretty cool map, actually. Nice to see it played. Guriaras. Oh, Danny is happy now. Saracens. Off pick for Nomad, good pick for two rivers. Also decent for Black Forest for their siege options, or not just decent, they're quite good. With the counterweight siege. Koreans. In this context, I think Koreans is for Nomad because of the extra line of sight. It's very handy to have extra line of sight for the villagers on Nomad starts. Dravidians. Another off pick for Nomad, maybe. I mean, they're decent, but it's more likely for two rivers. Hans. Hans, where? That has to be two rivers then. Unless you want to go complete troll mode and play Hans for Nomad. Poles. Is that another Black Forest civ? Regenerating villagers is also kind of handy for Nomad starts. Malay. I think the last pick is an extra pick, right? Just another. No, it's to offset the snipe, of course. So you're left with 4 civs each. Spanish. Goodbye for Nomad. Lithuanians. Good bad as well, because Lithuanians would be good on both Nomad and two rivers. Mayans as the last pick, wow. Not something you see every day. If you like Mayans, you pick them earlier. If you don't like them, you don't pick them. Or you pick them to steal from the opponent, but yeah, Mayans is there. But the first map, anyway, is going to be two rivers. In which case, I'd suspect Huns, possibly Dravidians. And then Saracens, Guriars maybe, or something like that. Should be the first map, yeah. And for Taiwan C, Persians probably for Nomad, so maybe not for two rivers, but Berbers comes to mind, Japanese definitely. And then I'm not sure about the rest. BF har jeg ikke spilt. Says Arsak. He's sad not to get to play Black Forest. You'll get to play it in the Wood League or Bronze League if Norway C wins this one. But I think we would enjoy Wood League more because it's more equal resistance. Aluminium League. There might be a paper league as well, actually. But we dodged that through our first admin win, so. Oh, is it not Gold League, Stone League, Wood League? Yeah, it was up for debate, definitely. But we didn't go for that one. While we wait for them to start a lobby, let's have a look at the team details here. We could look at the seeding first, where Taiwan C should be significantly higher. They are seed 56, whereas Norway C are 90 something, I think. 112, in fact. Champion League. I see what you did there, Crazy Bus. Norway C here. Oh, look at that. I'm not even contributing to the seeding here. That's how good I am. Arsux team game rating pulling us up. No, 1v1 actually. Nice. So that's Norway C. Good. Australia C. Better average. 2 seeds above. And somebody misspelled USA here, it says USF. Okay, yeah, Taiwan C again. Taiwan C. See, they have some 2K players, so this is gonna be tough. Team game rating a little bit deceiving, but they did use Bands of Cats rating to pull that up a bit. KFC as well, who's probably very likely a higher rated 1v1 player as well, with that kind of team game rating, but we're using a mix of team game and 1v1 for the seeding, so yeah, pretty solid team. I can't believe these are seed 56 actually with these kinds of numbers. So many good teams around. 2K team rating stopped. But maybe this has been put in manually actually, Crazy Bus, because if this player hasn't played a team game since... No, it counts for the seeding. Hold on. Now I'm curious, actually. I want to see KFC if I can find them here. Guess not. Oh. Yeah, but which one of these is... Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Links in the spreadsheet. I would have to go to the sign up link to find that. Maybe we should check. But yeah, Knifebot doesn't like links, unfortunately. Can I do something like... do that or something? No, doesn't work like that. Anyway, we could just search it up in the Nations Cup Discord here. And sign up. Taiwan C. You know, if that's what they're... Oh, he's entitled that. Okay, that's probably easier. Oh, okay, okay. He's top 9 in team game. Holy smokes. Then that 1v1 rating is... Okay, the rating is from before the adjustment. But last played... So he played after correction. In September. Okay, so he hasn't played. We don't see any match history here. Might not have played for a long while, but yeah, obviously a solid player, solid team game player. Pretty cool that it's for the Taiwan C team in that case. Okay, they have a lobby up. Taiwan C. As you can see for Norway, it's Straumaddes, Rody, Papaya Pete, and OG Daddy playing it. It should be among our stronger players. Missing Arsak, of course. But we might not see Black Forest. Norway needs to take a game to... Alright, Norway could pick the opponent's home map actually, so they could pick Black Forest if they really wanted to, but why would you pick Black Forest of the much higher rated team? Doesn't look like KFC is playing yet. Race is solid as well. 21-15, 1 and 1v1. Yeah, that's how you play it against much higher rated teams, right? If you play like as aggressive and as off meta or crazy as possible. That should be the way. Norway's BF experts, maybe not this Norway, but Norway A definitely. Now show match versus Norway A beat France A on Black Forest, mind you, and on Arena. So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm not sure if France fielded their strongest team at that point. Maybe they did. They had Cito and Margogo. Viper lost to Fat Slopes, not the best BA player. That's true. Did someone say old Arena? No. No. God, no. That was yesterday, Arsak. That was the Burmese game. You need to find that Japanese mirror you were talking about. But you can't, you don't have internet. Okay, they've actually launched, so let's see if we can find them. Here we go. Don't cast the Rex, you post. Saving the best for last. Spec delay. Good. For some safety, we have some time to look at the civilizations then. So let's have a look at Team 1 here, OG Daddy with the Byzantines. Cheap trash, faster firing fire galleys. He's taken the flank position, so he'll be fighting for the one of the lakes probably. Lakes, not legs, lakes. Papaypi to the Huns. He loves his cav archers. He might make cav archers if he gets to that this game. But Huns, once you compensate for the lack of 100 starting wood, then you have a very nice wood surplus to go fish booming and field army at the same time. Roadie with the Burgundians. Oh, good hybrid map pick as well. You could invest into fish early and then get gillnets in the feudal age already. And of course get the eco upgrades early and cheap as the Burgundians do. And finally Stravadas as the Mayans. I was surprised to see Mayans picked so late, but they might work out okay on this map. Could get to plumed archers to have that economy that lasts you, but on the flank, maybe if he's in the far side Stravadas here in the corner, you could get a nice free boom with the Mayans and then surprise everyone with eagles or arbalists or plumed archers or whatever. You're putting with Japanese here. Faster working fishing ships, cheaper resource drop-off points, infantry bonus, and Reza with the Hindustanis, cheaper villagers, so that gives a good boom, and got the Imperial Camels in the Imperial Age as well, which is good counter to the Paladin play of Huns and Burgundians. Ethiopians from Bashiru, that's going to be the Archers line units most likely, maybe some siege at some point, and then the Franks. We know what the Franks are going to do. Castles and Paladins. Maybe some throwing axemen, if need be. Here we go. Hopefully they capture it. Oh, you're gonna have big trees. I forgot to set my mods. Eek! You know what? Let's fix the trees and restart the expectation. Best of 3. Let's get the small trees first, I think. We hopefully won't miss too much. Could be some laming, but... should be enough. Let's just make sure they're working. Extra large trees. Okay, we have small trees. Success. Not hosting. Here we go. Finally, catching up with the live here. We already introduced the civs actually. And I don't know what that teal flare was about, but they're probably just saying something that Euro will be up against red. Red versus blue. Is it? Wait. I'm not sold on this position, because I think this should have been here, but let me check with the admins. It just feels so weird to have OG Daddy cut off from his teammates, and then you have Blue over here. I honestly think this might be a bug generation, but I'm asking the other admins to be sure. It's an interesting generation for sure. But yeah, I guess you have the crossing here, so you're not entirely cut off. Oh. Yep, got it. I've got it confirmed from one of the other admins as well that this is how one way it could spawn. So that makes things interesting, because Papaya Pit is walling Daddy out. He's not even bothering making a gate here. Such a good teammate, this guy. And he leaves Daddy to die to Bashiru, possibly. I guess you pudding with the Japanese here will try to go for some kind of naval situation over here. He's about to be chased down by the Green Scout, and that looks like bad news for Strauades Eagle. Actually, he could win that in Dark Age if he stays there, but the Blue Scout probably not that far off either, so that could go back home and help out there. They're walling off the sides already. It's not that much to wall, so it's a good idea. Walling the crossings as well. This could give 3 Norway players a somewhat free boom, except for maybe the naval situation. And basically, orange fights purple. What do you mean? They're on team. They're on the same team. But if you mean grey, you're right. Looks like we have a man-at-arms opening from the Japanese here. Not docked at all as the Japanese, or I docked the south, of course. Topside we also have something going down there. Daddy with dock blocking and walling here. Nice. Nice small walls here from the orange player. Takes a bit of a scouts fight with Papaya Pit here. Gets joined by OG Daddy, and Bashiru will be losing the scout here. But the Taiwanese team, they have a lead to the feudal age in terms of naval control. Good quick walls here by Strauades to keep the men-at-arms out, but these are Japanese men-at-arms. They attack faster as well. So we'll see if we can keep this out. The range is up, so should be able to clean up the men-at-arms that way. I feel like this pond in the south is gonna be lost fairly quickly. We'll see if this guy goes to dock as well soon to contest the northern lake. See both scouts joining together here to wait. Oh, that's unfortunate with the Wilder on the wrong side. Do not open the gate! Don't open the gate! Don't open the gate! Yeah, she sacrificed herself for the better good here. Greater good. Taiwan C, well ahead now. I guess they have more fish. That's mainly the thing here. Villager count looks comparable, but OG Daddy has lost one, or has more idle TC time actually, with the Byzantines here. Lacking an early eco bonus. So going into some fire galleys, they do fire faster. But Mashiru already has the demolition raft at the ready here, so Daddy will have to be Daddy will have to be careful with that. The men-at-arms, no, not so men-at-arms actually, they are still militia. So Pudding didn't go for the upgrade, but he still has the faster attack of the Japanese infantry. This is a good engagement from Straudanes and Roddy, to be honest. Cleans up the militia, cleans up whatever entered here as well, and keeps the rest of the aggression out, leaving the archers to defend. And since Blue's archers are a little bit out of position, Straudanes could also go in for some repairs here. What's the fletching situation? It's in as well. Top side they have scouts, no big deal there. It's got to be kept out by the walls for now. Looks like Rhodey and Straudanes are trying for a little bit of counter-aggression here. Oh no! No! Ah! He installed his bonus. They broke through the palisades before Papaya Pit could do anything about it, and suddenly he has 5 scouts inside of his base here. As Taiwan C, they're taking their time to research wheelbarrow as well, that they're preparing for, and the extended field age. 3 faster firing, Byzantine fire galleys here, but it's 3 docks to 1. There's no way OG Daddy wins this. He should focus fishing ships instead and try to make the most damage out of this, because he will be losing these fights anyway. And now is at least going to be able to kill some fish fights, so that takes out some economic advantage for Taiwan C. They're still about 10 eco units ahead, while Norway C, technically speaking, have more military. But they also need to deal with... What happened to the scouts actually? Benson Cat, where are your scouts? I guess Roddy pulled his own scouts back home to defend against this. Hangover casting? Yeah, something like that. Usually, when I'm drinking lots of alcohol in the evening, if I just drink lots of water before I go to sleep, the day after is usually better. Taiwan is a country. You'd better need to read up on geography, I guess. I'm not going to go into any debate on that. I don't really know that much about Asian geography. Too bad for Strauda's Woodline. The scouts dive in here and getting massive damage for Taiwan C. They have, or I say massive, but it's not that many villagers killed. But it forces Norway C on the defensive here. Someone just reached Castle Age, didn't they? Who was that? Grey reached Castle Age, so the Ethiopians now in Castle Age. Going into a second town center, not extending into any land aggression just yet. Just keeping OG Daddy busy on water here. Great with the galleys of Papaya Pit here, denying docks from Taiwan C as well. Norway C has been defending well so far. Yeah, Crazy Bus said as well. I think. So, as far as transition to cast age goes, Norway is lagging a little bit behind there. Here comes the market from OG Daddy as well, so he's going to aim for the next stage. He has invested into farms at home base because he's losing the waters here, which means that the fish is free and up for grabs for Taiwan. But you could say that about Norway's side as well. They still have this river here, and OG Daddy also docked the backside, so he still has the ability to add more fish. Steel Flare over here. They want to try and break through with melee units again, maybe? That's a great tower, actually. It ranges with fletching. It ranges the gold slightly of Straumandes, and it also provides like a defensive fallback point for the Blues armies. So the Knights of Benson Cat, the Teal Knights are out, but Papaya Pete joins in with the Hunnic Knights as well. And yes, or Norway C has the 20% faster working stables due to the Huns. What? Alright. Install this bonus, breaking through faster. These are only spears, so you could consider taking that fight if you're Teal, but there are some Hunnic Knights to join in here as well. So good team coordination by Norway C here, just barely stopping the Teal Knights from entering the base, and now here come the Stone Walls as well from OG Daddy to make sure that the aggression is kept out from this direction. Crossbow now in for you Pudding. That's not the case for Straumandes, as he has lost 2 villagers and is still half a minute away from cast stage. Cavalier in for the Burgundians, so that gives Road a tiny edge attack-wise against other cavalry units, but these are camels from Rays, so would want to be a little bit careful with the engagements here as well. Getting some help from the galleys here, sneaking some tiny damage on the green camels. Look at the army situation. It's Norway C is matching Taiwan in that regard, but they're falling behind in economy due to being idled at the TC and the working economy in general. Woodlands are on the smaller side here as well, so you definitely need to invest into town centers to secure your woodlands against this kind of aggression sooner rather than later. Looks like a good fight for Norway C here. You Pudding says no, as I'm probably talking to the teammates. You see the land economy of Taiwan C, it's just getting stronger here. They're all on 3 ETCs, except for Blue, who is currently putting up the second one. Here comes a couple of docks from Rays as well that unfortunately the galleys of Papaya Pete were unable to deny. So Norway C will be losing their naval control as well. They're still taking decent fights on land here, but it looks like the camel mass is outmassing the cavaliers of Brody here, even with the faster production with the Huns team bonus. So it's an uphill battle for Norway C from here. Might need some siege to break through on this side, unless they can reclaim water and perform some kind of landing. So Papaya Pete goes in for the raids, might get some villagers here, but is also being chased by some camel reinforcements from the Hindustanis player down south here, so that's not going to do too much damage other than maybe idle you Pudding's economy a little bit here. And now with some naval control here for Taiwan C as well, if not Papaya Pete can fight it, that is. But yeah, if Taiwan C succeeds in taking control here, then these walls are useless. You just take them down with fire ships or galleys and control the crossings here, and then you could start raiding on land through these crossovers as well. Yeah, stone walls behind for the Ethiopians, not going to take any chances here. Now switching into land units, into the crossbows, into the arbalists eventually. Imperial H is like almost halfway there, and the upgrades are coming in for the archers line. My gold now, says you Pudding with the Japanese. Goes for a TC number 4 on what used to be Straumandes' main goal, and Straumandes will need to relocate to the back to get some resource income over here. Is collecting the... Still has gold access, at least. Must have watched Hera's forward TC's video. I haven't watched that, so I don't know what you're talking about. camel count for the Byzantines now pretty decent for OG Daddy. He's been keeping his home base quite safe, all things considered. I don't think he's taken any significant losses. These two eco losses, they are very likely just fishing ships. But then again, Byzantines camels should be very vulnerable to the Ethiopians' armalists, because camels don't really have any pierce armor in particular. How did these guys get here? Maybe they passed through here or something. Or here. Here! Huh. So Papaya Pit gets some raids down. It's still 100 villagers or eco lead for Taiwan C by now. Green even has 13 fishing ships, so he's invested here. Raise. And it looks like the naval control is lost for Norway C as well. Most of the fish has gone down. Not all of them, but most of them. Most of it. Yeah, this is Nations Cup 23. And Macharino link, I would absolutely encourage checking out some of the free ways to donate there. You could just follow some sites and it's going to generate a tiny sum for Macharino. We've actually raised about $100 or more just through donations that don't cost the viewers anything, so absolutely recommend that. Okay, OG Daddy going in for some raids with the camels here. 4 TCs at home base for Papaya Pit. Race, however, has been working hard, taking out eco units on both land and water over here. And Camel's not the strongest raiding units ever. Here comes Mashiru with the defensive castle, and all of these Camels, unfortunately, they will be going down. Would be amazing to have a nice landing team, Hagbarder. I won't necessarily expect the Nations Cup to happen every year, but maybe every second year or something like that. Okay, AOE soul might be down, it happens sometimes. Or... oh, okay, I see. Yeah, let me fix that. So, Straumanes and Road is still defending here, but they're fighting against a forward siege program and a forward TC. I think it should work now. Yeah, I fixed it. Thanks. Koyotl. Back to the game. Forward castle now for the Ethiopians. So the second castle coming up here is in the Imperial Age already, as most of Taiwan C. So... that's bad news for OG Daddy at home here. He's going to see trebuchets on his face shortly enough. And will struggle to hold against that with just now having clicked Imperial Age and not having a castle of his own. Hello Erik Olo, hello Denchik. You don't play with Norway C? I'm happy just being reserved for whenever. But I am on the team list, yes. What's the elo here? We can have a look at it again after the games here. But the gap is admittedly, I mean, Norway C is seed 112, Taiwan C is seed 54 or 56 or something like that. Raze, he's a 2k plus player, and they also have a top, let's say top 20 team game ladder player on their team as well. Treb is out, Arbalest for the Ethiopians as well. And given the elo difference, I think Norway has put up a pretty decent fight here. They have They've been looking at Taiwan's recorded games as well and prepared with the civilizations accordingly. But they seem to be overwhelmed now, especially in the economy, but they're also falling behind in military. They've lost both the rivers. And the only thing keeping OG Daddy alive here for a little while longer now is the cheaper skirmishers of the Byzantines and the Byzantines castles with extra, or all the Byzantines buildings with extra hit points here. Papaya Pete forced to fight Cavaliers at home base now. He's still not got Cavalier of his own, unfortunately, but he might be forced to take the fight regardless. He tries to direct... Oh, no way! Time for murder rolls. Yeah, he's patient, not taking the fight until Cavalier is in, but that's going to cost him villagers as well. He's been on the verge of overboom though, so maybe it's a good thing that Papaya Pete loses a few villagers here. But you can see Taiwan C creeping up on the map in the middle as well. Forward castle now from the Hindustanis as well, from Rays. Going to deny this woodland and almost the stone in the back here. That's so annoying. I wonder if this fire ship is going to take down this castle all on its own. It's getting rough over here. And I think OG Daddy is about to lose his last TC. So he'll need to relocate, but where does he relocate? There's Taiwan armies everywhere here. Yeah, maybe you can get some Argentinian players to relocate Hugbandu. GG is called. Taiwan C taking the first win. Let's have a look at the statistics. So we have the great player, the Ethiopians, playing water for a good while, and then going into archers while transitioning to the Imperial Age. Which was a good call, to claim water first and then go dominate on land, beating the Byzantines by good margins to the Imperial Age as well. And OG Daddy held land for a good while though, so good defense there. Also, same on the right hand side for Rodi and Stravaldis. They are up against, on paper, much stronger opposition here. No slinging here, so no slinging rules broken by Norway C as opposed to Norway A yesterday. But let's not talk about that. Yeah, we might not see Black Forest though. Since it's the best of 3, we'll need Norway C to dominate on Nomad first. Hello Modesi. Hope your casting is going well. Hope you could work things out, logos and setup and everything. So, 1-0, Taiwan C. Until we get the next lobby ID, we could have a look at the situation here again. Could go to the team details. Taking notes for casting. Oh, there you go. Taiwan C. As you can see, this is Taiwan C. Seed 56. And Norway C at 112. So there's a little bit of a difference here in terms of general level. Okay, we have a new lobby ID, so I'll just go and try and find that. Yeah, very efficient. Here comes Nomad. What's the lowest rated team? Norway is lower rated by at least 300 points on average, maybe more, maybe as much as 400. Oh, what's the actual lowest rated team? Hold on, that's kind of interesting. We could check that. I misread the question, but let's go to the very bottom here. Seems to be UKH. And Cyprus. It's so cool that Cyprus has a game as well. And Indonesia. Who basically collected all of their players, I think. So this is cool. Ireland D on the lower side as well, but there might be a paper league for the lowest teams in that regard. There's Norway C as well. Nice. Representing my country in esports with 600. You know. What happened? Okay, they've launched. Nobody is next. Nobody always. But let's. This should. Oh. Probably delay again, right? Spec delay. Which means you can look at the civilizations again. So, Taiwan with Burmese smells like Arabi to me, but they have a wood bonus which makes it easier to fight for water as well. Cumans, that's not your go-to nomad pick, to be honest. Then we have Majiru with the Vietnamese, Rat Archers, getting to know the town center locations of the opponents once they have completed building them. And finally, Persians for Taiwan. Here, which is a player they subbed in. Oh, they've topped their team now. Taiwan C are scared. Still don't have KFC playing, but now their team average is at least 1800 1-1 here. Whereas for Norway, we have Guriaras, Italians, Portuguese, and Malians. Strong nomad civilization for sure. With the wood savings early on, you get to place a fishing ship once you complete your dock and your house. Portuguese giving all of the team 25% faster researching of technologies. And Italians, Papaya Pete, knowing Papaya Pete, he'll probably fight for water with the Italians, depending on his land position, of course, but like generally speaking, he will or should, because the Italians have lots of bonuses pertaining to take naval control. They have cheaper fishing ships, they have a cheaper research, 15% discount to the next stage, each next stage. And I believe their dock technologies are... There's something more about the Italians as well. I think the dock technologies are cheaper or something. Who else seconds? And we're on. Yeah. Nomad starts, guys. What a chaos it is for Horde 4. We'll just spread out everywhere and we'll see the flaring towns and locations, because that's a good way to show even better that you're going here and there. Looks like the dock positionings will be on the same side for Norway here, which makes it easier for Papaya Pit to defend if that's the intention here. OG Daddy is docking down there. Who's not docking? Rody didn't dock yet. Where's he gonna go? But, maybe this one. Okay, that's really unfortunate starting villagers for Rody. Actually has to go so far to place docks. Also an interesting nomad generation here is a huge ditch here, which has actually been docked by race. He's probably going to be left alone for a long while with all this deep fish here, even if there's a connection here. And there's a pond, lake in the middle. It's such a weird nomad generation. I mean, if Taiwan C walls here and are able to obstruct Daddy, who settles in the absolute middle of all of Taiwan here, he's going to be the punching bag this game. Yeah, I mean, Taiwan C could take out Daddy here or chase him away, and then they just wall this section somewhere as well, somehow as well, and they have half the island for themselves. Taiwan pretty late to the town center with the Persians here, so that's not the position you want to be. That's the Persians you want to get started as soon as possible. But the dock is up, so of course you have the fishing ship out, as is the case for Rody with the Malians as well. So Persians and Malians head start to the fish economy. Except for green here for Taiwan C, I'm liking their dock placements a lot, because they will be left alone for quite a while due to the distance. I mean, whoever fights for the water for Norway will need to go so far to contest teal, and they may not even ever find Blue's dock in the ditch here. And there's actually lots of deep fish to benefit from this still. Ecos quite comparable for now. Let's just double check that we are in fact live here, and we are. So Race knows that he's close to Straumandes. Straumandes also passed the TC here, or someone passed this TC, so they know that this is going to be some kind of feudal age tower, early archers war. Good thing for Straumandes here to have the stone right next to the TC, because then they at least is got a safe stone to get any defensive towers up if he needs to, or even to somehow pull off a fast castle age and castle drop the opponent here. Yeah, it's Straumandes. It's not really connected to the word duck. Straumandes would rather translate to like streaming, not in the internet sense, but like a river flowing, like loosely translated. Straum, you could say, is a Norwegian word for. Well, it's also electricity, so it could mean like electricity or a flowing river or flowing water. Fast water, yeah, decent translation, yeah, like a stream. What's the Norwegian word for streaming then? Streaming, probably. Strømming, possibly. Or like they translate broadcasting, it's kringkasting. So same in Icelandic then. Nice. This is going to be interesting for Grey. He's sandwiched in between Straumandes and OG Daddy here. So if either of those guys go for naval fighting, that's bad news for Grey. But he has green decently close as well. So on the bright side here, we have I wouldn't go so far as to say Papaya Pete will get a free boom here with the Italians, but he's far enough away from the aggression to be able to invest into the water if he has a decent feudal age time here. And Rody with the Malians, he's all alone over here. So if Norway succeeds in defending water, so that Rody can benefit from the fish here to essentially go just fast castle boom, he's in a good spot with the Malians to claim control later on in Castle and Imperial Ages with the cavalry spam, most likely. And maybe if he can't get through on the middle here, just try to get in a landing and some sneak stables up here and there to move around with the mobility of the Malians. Good plan, Hagbagger. Good plan. Gee, Blue is really taking all of the boars here, isn't he? Getting off to a good start here with the humans. It's only 4 seconds of idle TC time. He's on the way to the fuel age at 28 population, 22 villagers and 6 fishing ships. Don't think he has any intention of fuel age aggression here. He's going to aim for... yeah, I guess he sort of has a tactical spot for naval fighting here, so he's not that far off Orange. So if Taiwan C finds the Norwegian docks being this close, maybe Blue will invest a little bit into water as well, but he needs to be on point for the fuel age fighting here. He's on gold, he's pretty heavy on wood, so I wouldn't rule out a towers and fuel age battery ram push here either, to be honest. But he's also sandwiched in between 2 players here. So maybe it's just going to be the annoying guy who hits both OG Daddy and Straumandes, leaving the rest of his team to use their part of the map to just double up on the economy and get started on the fighting. I'm not liking the naval scouting here of Norway. They don't really know that much about the enemy docks. I guess they have some idea that Grey might be here, might have seen the fishing ships, but... if they're gonna have any chance here, they need to contest the water. Blacksmith market for the humans, so no fuel age pressure at all. This is going to be a straight fast castle, is it? He has the resources for castle age, so once the blacksmith and market complete, Blue is gonna click up, and looks like he wants to drop a mining camp on the stone and go for a castle drop, play some kipchaks for mobility. Or not. But he's definitely going castle age. Benson Cat with 8 fish up here also going fast castle. Is it a boom maybe? Mashiru with heavy emphasis on stone here. Which would suggest castles for the Vietnamese and rat notches. And who is playing water for Taiwan C? Green is playing galleys. While Straumandes didn't really invest into anything. Nothing for Orange. Nothing from Rhodey. Are they just gonna give up water for free here, Norway? They're not making any naval military. No naval military. I mean, it's not like they've over-invested, or actually they have invested a lot. Papaya Pit is with the 10 Italian fish here, and it's 7 for OG Daddy, and they're just letting it go down for nothing here to just a few galleys. So if Taiwan C recognize this, they have a ginormous advantage with the Persians, because Taiyun could just stop investing now and extend his own fish boom or something, because he really doesn't need that many galleys if Norway doesn't make any military on water at all. Straumandes attempting the fuel age aggression here, but what he doesn't know is that, or now he knows, but what he didn't expect, I would say, is that Race was just going straight for the castle age here. Trying to compensate, but the food situation for Straumandes not looking too good. He's lost all of the fish now. No more fish. 25 villagers. Dropping the market. Has no sheep or cows garrison inside there. At least Papaya Pete could send the cow over. Come on. Be a good teammate. Here comes the first castle for the Taiwanese team as well. Vietnamese going for rat notches. Benson Cat going for Iron Buy. Second castle, I mean, first castle for Vietnamese. Kipchaks in the making for Rays. And unfortunately, very likely going to take out Straumandes town center before he can even get to the castle age at all. Still, barely any naval military. Papaya Pete is making some fire galleys, so at least he's forcing Taiwan C to invest a little bit more here. They're going to be happy having just the Persians playing water here. And already massive eco kills for Taiwan. 15 eco kills, that's all fishing ships. Clever maneuver from Papaya Pit here, since fire ships from, or fire galleys from either direction. I think that's fire ships now, because he's in the Castle Age. Should be easily dealing with the Feudal Age galleys here. Let's have a look at the land fighting again. Brody in the Castle Age, but can't go full boom here. He's with 2 town centers, yes, but he's lost his fish. And he needs to provide army to try to keep his opponents alive. OG Daddy in his middle position pops up a castle, so at least he is applying some significant pressure on the starting position of Raise. Raise loses the woodland, loses the berries, not that that matters all that much. Certainly obstructs Raise resource income here, who didn't go for any second human Feudal Age town center or anything either. Down goes the town center of Straumeldes. I don't think he was researching any next stage. He's just let it go down and it's going to relocate it. Probably somewhere over here, or maybe on the gold over here if they know about it. Okay, he doesn't go that far. He wants the DC up, which is fine. They might want to try and go for some wall-offs here to limit the impact of the aggression, but Race now just moving the exposed economy away from where he started out. OG Daddy needs to put these villagers back to work here. He's fighting Rattan archers with organ guns, which should be decent enough. But there's lots of villagers idling inside the castle now until he gets another one up. So organ guns for the Portuguese. Keep checks. Lots of unique units in play here. And Taiwan now also in the castle age goes for a second town center on stone. Maybe we'll see some war elephants here at some point. Maybe this is a war elephant game if you leave the Persians alone for long enough. Oh, I didn't realize OG Daddy was this low on villagers. He's down to 18 villagers and he's lost his fish a while ago as well. Taiwan still dominating water, I'd say. There's fire ships from Papaya Pit, is keeping them defensively because he's essentially the only player left on his team fishing. As you can see, 8, 14, 15, 21 fish for Taiwan, only 9 for Norway, and that's Papaya Pit exclusively. So they are by trade well against the knights over here. They're dealing pierce attack as far as I know, but without the +2 defense for Rody, is going to take even more damage from the already high attack Iron by. They're not that accurate. They have a base accuracy of only 20 by the looks of it, so they'll miss a lot of shots, but I think even the missed shots deal damage if they hit something. Keep check, Iron by, Rattan Archer. Good Rattan Archer micro from Ray over here as well, staying away from the castle fire and focusing down the small amounts of organ guns. As you can see, it's Daddy, or OG Daddy, not able to afford match here as he needs to garrison units constantly. It looks like he just wants another castle lap to secure his woodland or something, but he doesn't even have gold access, so he'll have to rely on selling stone for producing gold units. Yeah, they buffed the missed shots of the air, but that's true. So only 7 knights for Rody, missing the upgrades. Does have bloodlines though, which helps. Actually, the keep checks have bloodlines as well from Raise. But as you can see, Taiwan, they're controlling the top side here, except for the castles of OG Daddy, that at least limits the mobility of Taiwan a little bit here. Going in with the war galleys again here, but let's see. If Papaypit collects his fire ships, he should be alright. Here comes a castle for Straumades with the Gurjaras. Also gives the option of the unique unit, but there's not much infantry in play here from Taiwan C, so the chakram throwers might not be the most useful situation. Does Daddy have 0 wills on wood? He barely has villagers. And they're all... Where are they? Oh, here they are. OG Daddy doesn't need builds just past in Pretoria. Right you are. Okay, Papaypit going into the land play now. Did he actually chase away the war galleys? Not really. The demolition ships here must have gotten some hits in because there were only 4 fire ships left for Papaypit. The second castle OG that he got denied a while ago as well, so that's why he's down to so few villagers as he is. He's probably not enjoying life all that much now, but at least he's trying to keep Taiwan C from getting to the rest of his team as well as he can. But if we look at the eco stats here, it's almost twice the economy and twice the military for Taiwan C, so this is beginning to smell like Wood League for Norway C. Yeah, still building the Victoria is arguably expensive, Crazy Bus. So it takes a little while before that resource trickle pays off. But honestly, I think Victorias are only viable on islands maps when all of the wood has run out in a 1v1. That's where they shine. That's where Portuguese are the only civilization that will stand out, because they are the only civ with access to anything else than... yeah. Or access to resources at that point. Oh, it's a scary battle. Keep checks now, 29 keep checks, 2 castles for blue, second castle coming up for the Vietnamese player as well, and it's just twice the military now for Taiwan C. Again. Okay, now, two-thirds as many, but they're got so much of the map to the left-hand side here. They're not going to run out of gold or anything anytime soon. They have the fish, which Norway don't. Papaypit has lost his fish as well, so no fish whatsoever for Norway. He needs to delete this castle soon, otherwise he'll lose those resources. He's at the 11 villagers and enjoying life here, dropping a market as well to trade his wood for other resources. But there is a chance OG Daddy gets defeated here, because Imperialish is coming in for 2 other players as well, which means that the castle can get trapped, and unless Daddy somehow gets a transport ship up, he could get defeated here. He's only with 11 villagers. He's somehow still able to make some because he's been using the market, but also not very viable long term here. Imperial H is in from Bashiru here with the Vietnamese, now with the forward castle on the hill here, moved all the way from the north side to join in here. Pirate made some use of his remaining fire ships, but he hasn't been taking out the fish eco up north here or to the west, just yet northwest. This is beginning to look like the Norway A game yesterday. Castles everywhere. Castle wall. Castle party. GG, well played. Good luck next. Norway C realizes this is an far too long uphill battle. Ends with a 2-0 for Taiwan C, but they are by far the higher rated team as well. They have yeah, they're like in the 50s in the seeding. Norway is 112th or whatever I said. So GG, well played to Taiwan C. Well played Norway as well. Not at all a bad effort there. That's a stupid high KD there. 44-4 for Taiwan. And obviously convincing resources over. Ray's got a castle in his face, but he went low eco, high army production with the Kipchaks. Also made it to the Imperial Age. No, not quite. Was he on the way there? No, was staying Castle Age. But 3 players in the Imperial Age for Taiwan C, lots of castles in the middle, which Norway needs to cross to do any damage on land to the opponents, unless they are somehow able to pull off a landing. Maybe you could have docked here and done a sneak landing, but they still have castles on either side here as well, providing line of sight to some extent and disallowing sneak raids. So tough position for Norway. Strange nomad generation as well. But GG indeed.